A very good evening, everyone. So we are back again with our new session, and our today's topic is accounts Excel import. So to begin with, let's understand what accounts Excel import is all about. So import means whatever entries, if you are doing it manually in our RealBooks, we have a feature that via which you can just put all the data in a format and you can simply upload it into RealBooks financial model, and accordingly automatically all those entries, whatever is updated in the Excel sheet, will get imported successfully as per the criteria which needs to be fulfilled, and post that the entries will be reflecting in your books of accounts. So I'm just sharing my screen and we'll start with it. So what are we going to learn today? So we'll be learning about the accounts Excel import, which will include, I'll be splitting the accounts Excel import session into two phases. In my first session, I will cover bills, cost center, GST, property, bank description. And in my second session, I will cover credit note, debit note. There will be an entries for updating credit note and debit note, bank reconciliation, IRN, special economic zone, which is SEZ entries, and the FX entries. So I will just quickly recap what is phase one all about. So we will be learning how to put the details of bill details via Excel import. Second would be cost center details. Third would be the GST breakup, because this will be resulting in our GSTR 1, 2, and 3B reports. Then we'll come to the properties part, which would be the R voucher properties part. So we'll be starting again right from transactions, import, export, and import. In my accounts voucher, as I described, we will be taking one template format, which is pre-updated in the system. I'll download it and I will quickly open it. So with my Excel format, already few examples are pre-filled just for the guidance. In case if you don't understand this example, you can always take the help of the help instruction part in this help instruction sheet. So in my voucher sheet, I will just remove all the samples which is already pre-updated in the Excel. Same goes with the GST sheet and the bank description sheet. So with my Excel format, already few examples are pre-filled just for the guidance. In case if you don't understand this example, you can always take the help of the help instruction part in this help instruction sheet. So in my voucher sheet, I will just remove all the samples which is already pre-updated in the Excel. Same goes with the GST sheet and the bank description sheet. So now again, I'll come back to the voucher sheet. Today we'll be learning how to import this particular entry. So I am debiting my Zomato ledger over here. So I'll simply copy paste the ledger over here. And the miscellaneous income ledger as the second line, which is ledger reference number 1, ledger reference number 2, and comes the ledger reference number 3 and 4. So these are my 4 ledgers, which I will be updating for one particular voucher, which would be dated as 2/12/2022. And over here, the voucher number, I'll leave it as blank. The voucher type would be invoice. Narration being invoice raised against Zomato. So over here, if I put the value as 118, miscellaneous income as 100, and over here 9 and 9. Coming up over here, I will just copy paste from the GST, come back to the GST sheet, put the GST ledger name over here. But for the ledger reference part, since the GST is getting calculated on the miscellaneous income ledger, so the reference number over here would be 2. Since I am importing the voucher serial number for 1, it will be 1. And my CGST and SGST ka value would be 9. Next come the V bill part, because the bill is activated for Zomato. So coming up for the V bill sheet, voucher serial number 1, voucher serial number 1, and the serial number is also 1. Ledger reference number 1, it will be for Zomato, it's 1. So again, 1 needs to be updated over here. And the bill's reference number like Zomato 0014. My bill date is, for example, for 1st December 2022. And my bill amount is 118. My bill type would be DR, and my against references no. So my voucher sheet is done. My V bill sheet is done. VCC sheet, okay. My cost center needs to be updated for the income part, which is this. So my ledger reference number is 2. Over here, the ledger reference number would be 2. Serial number would be 1. Voucher serial number again would be 1. The cost center date, I'm updating it as 2/12/2022. And the cost center name over here would be customer 1. And the cost center flag 1. For cost center, we use the option as C. And my amount over here is 100. And my amount type is, since it's in credit side, so I will be updating it as CR. And I'm done with my V bill sheet. I'm done with my VCC sheet. I'm done with my GST sheet. So now, since voucher property is also applicable over here, and my key name is reference, I will put the value as test. So my voucher sheet is done. My V bill sheet is done. My VCC sheet is done. The GST part is done. The voucher property part is done. So I'll save the Excel. But before that, we have yet not updated the company GST number, which will be picking up from the settings page under compliance. I will copy the GST of Maharashtra, paste it over here. GST party, I don't want to update it. And over here, I will give the branch name as Ajay, and my Excel will save it. And now we'll come back to our RealBooks, transactions, import, export, import, accounts voucher, browse, sample invoice import, open, and upload. So this is the way we can import for one single entry Excel. Anything else which needs to be revised again, please do let me know.
Hello.
Yeah.
Can you show me that where is the voucher property reflects in the reports?
In the reports part? Okay. So share my screen, coming back to reports, accounts, daily reports, and daybook. I will go with the date of creation part. I will click on search. First, I'll show you where the voucher property is getting recorded. It is over here. It is getting recorded as per what I imported at the time of Excel import. And for the Excel part, for the export part, if you go, so these are the references which will get updated in the Excel. I mean, over here, you can have a proper report that all details are reflecting over here or not. So anything else?
No, thank you.
Thank you.
Varsha, if
Yeah.
you can just let everyone know, if say suppose I have uploaded an Excel file and now I want to either remove a part of the transactions or if I want to remove all those transactions together, how can we do that?
Okay, great. Thank you for the question. Sharing my screen once again. So as you know, in my import screen, I mean, I just showed you that all the transactions are reflecting in my daybook. Now, I by mistakenly imported a completely wrong data, which I was not supposed to import over here. But now in my, if I want to delete all these transactions in one shot, what you need to do, you can again come back to the same screen where you are finding the list of import, which is transactions, import, export, and import, export list. We are currently talking about the accounts voucher import. So we will be taking the date range on which the import was done, and we need to make sure from which segment the import was done. Because if you're not aware of this, the data will not be reflecting on your screen. You can just simply click on delete over here and click on OK. So once you delete the transaction from your import export list, again, you come back to your daybook, and if you click on search, all the transactions which you imported by mistakenly in the books of accounts, it will get deleted in one go. So you can just have if any differences is there, if there is any confusion, you can just completely delete the Excel file, make the rest of the changes and re-import as per your requirement. Yeah, thank you. Any other questions? So we were supposed to close the session for bills, cost center, GST, property, and bank description. But since we are lacking behind for the time, so over here, I will be ending the session right over here. So just before ending the session, I will have a quick recap of the whatever we discussed today. So we just discussed about the bills part, cost centers part, GST part, the property part. I will try and explain the bank description, recording, importing part in my next session, and probably we can break it into 3 sessions instead of 2 sessions. So thank you guys for joining today. I hope the session is helpful for the accounts import part, and all the queries and all the feedbacks are welcomed. Thank you.